This is commentary on Lesson 128 in the Workbook for A Course in Miracles. The world I see holds nothing that I want. It's important when we do a lesson like this that to remember that the Course always claims that it will remain highly practical in our lives, and that uh, its central issue is that we've forgotten who we are. We remain this true self of love, this one self that is everything, and that's all that there is that self of love. And that we're learning that we invented this world and its bodies and its egos to replace that self, that didn't happen. And as we realize that, we set the goal of trying to remember who we are. The body and the world and all these things will remain as they are, except that now the world will be a classroom in which we learn to remember ourselves. Instead of letting the world or our bodies define who we are, we'll let the Holy Spirit in our practice of going inside and finding that true self inside, um, we'll let that be what we'll let the world and the bodies teach us that we are still that true self. So our interactions in the world remain the same, but now the world is a classroom. So it's important to remember that, so this lesson doesn't seem so really far out or weird or abstract. Anyways, let's go through it. The world I see holds nothing that I want. The world you see holds nothing that you need to offer you, nothing you can use in any way nor anything at all that serves to give you joy. Believe this one thought, and you are saved from years of misery, from countless disappointments, and from hopes that turn to bitter ashes of despair. No one must, no one but must accept this thought as true if he would leave the world behind and soar beyond its petty scope and little ways. Each thing you value here is but a chain that binds you to the world, and it will serve no other end but this. So remember, in order for us to keep forgetting who we are, we have to write scripts for this world, for everything in it, what they should be like. So we're going to be happy. So we're going to still remain this little ego body self. That's what it's saying. Each thing you value here is but a chain that binds you to the world, and it will serve no other end but this. So it's our goal is to quit writing those scripts and let the Holy Spirit interpret what the world is, what the people are in it, what it's for, what they mean, what things truly are. For everything must serve the purpose you have given it until you see a different purpose there. The only purpose worthy of your mind this world contains is that you pass it by, without delaying to perceive some hope where there is none. Be you deceived no more. The world you see holds nothing that you want. Escape today the chains you place upon your mind when you perceive salvation here. For what you value you make part of you as you perceive yourself. All things you seek to make your value greater in your sight limit you further, hide your worth from you, and add another bar across the door that leads to true awareness of yourself. Let nothing that relates to body thoughts delay your progress to salvation, nor permit to believe the world holds anything you want to hold you back. So remember, that is what we started to do back in the last set of lessons, is to instruct ourselves we're not bodies. That's not who we are. And we need to do that so we can come inward and see that truer self. And so it's only by valuing that body and valuing the world and all that those things seem to give us is why that seems who we are. It's just our own valuation of them. So nothing is here to cherish. Nothing here is worth one instant of delay and pain, one moment of uncertainty and doubt. The worthless offer nothing. Certainty of worth cannot be found in worthlessness. Today we practice letting go all thought of values we've given to the world. We leave it free of purposes we gave its aspects, its phases, and its dreams. We hold it purposeless within our minds and loosen it from all we wish it were. Thus do we lift the chains that bar the door to freedom from the world and go beyond all little values and diminished goals. Pause and be still a little while and see how far you rise above the world when you release your mind from chains and let it seek the level where it finds itself at home. It will be grateful to be free a while. It knows where it belongs. But free its wings and it will fly in sureness and in joy to join its holy purpose. Let it rest in its Creator, there to be restored to sanity, to freedom, and to love. Give it 10 minutes. So this is the longer practice period here where we're going to free our minds from our thoughts and our beliefs about the world, its value, our bodies, its values, and how that is defining who we are. We want to release that idea just for a moment, just for these practices, and let our minds go and rest in that place where our truer self is. Inside, that self of peace, that self of joy, that self of love. So the practice is give it 10 minutes rest 3 times today. And when your eyes are opened afterwards, you will not value anything you see as much as when you looked at it before. Your whole perspective on the world will shift by just a little every time you let your mind escape its chains. The world is not where it belongs, and you belong where it would be, and where it goes to rest when you release it from the world. Your guide is sure. Open your mind to Him. Be still and rest. So it's saying the world, when it says here the world is not where it belongs, that means the world and the body was this invented thing to replace ourselves. But where we see the world and where we see bodies, we can see our truer selves, and that's our practice. We want to put our mind from resting from all of our activities and let it come inside and find that truer self. Okay, so he's saying, let your mind rest in this. Your guide is sure. Open your mind to Him. Be still and rest. So that's the longer practice period, and we want to give 10 minutes 3 times today to do that practice. It's a really restful, beautiful practice to sort of release from the world, just release for a moment what we think should be happening, what we think that should occur, so we will be happy. So it will rest from the idea that it's going to satisfy us, and then just do this practice and come inward and see that the satisfaction is there. So that's the practice. And then throughout the day, protect your mind throughout the day as well. And when you think you see some value in an aspect or an image of the world, refuse to lay this chain upon your mind, but tell yourself with quiet certainty, this will not tempt me to delay myself. The world I see holds nothing that I want. Okay, so we can do that all through the day. Whenever we're looking at something and seeing, longing for this change in the world or longing for something in the world, we can rest from that. We can refuse to lay that chain in our mind and say, this is not going to tempt to delay myself. I'm not going to let this define me. This holds nothing that I want. And we could do that all through the day. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you.